behind the houses where Duncan lived. We used to go every Sunday and watch football match after football match. But it was great. We used to have our own pals. Everybody was a pal because they're all in the same boat. And it was just magic that the local authority have thought it fit, you know, to recognise the ones that actually died and that actually were in digs in this town. So I couldn't believe it when they asked me, and I thought, that's fantastic.
What do you think Duncan and Tommy would have made of it to have been honoured by two players?
Well, I don't know. They were killed really in the prime, and who knows what would have happened. But Duncan certainly would have continued for England for the whole of his future. There was no question about that. He was just a sensational player. Tommy had a problem with injuries. He had really bad knee. I remember him showing it me once, and he was rocking it, you know. But he was the best header of a ball that I'd seen, and I remember lots and lots of times, you know, when we used to go out for a drink and a pint after we played football in the afternoon, and we used to go up to a pub just over the road and going into Sale on the bridge. And they used to have to wait for me because I was travelling from the reserves. The reserves were playing somewhere else. But I was particularly friendly with them simply because we came from working background, really working background, and it was just great. We had good footballers. We had a good team. Mad Busby was just about seeing what Europe had to offer, and he made the decision, you know, that we were to go for it, and we went for it. And had it not been for the accident, I think we would have won it in the first year we were in it.
And we're into pre-season training. I mean, in those days, pre-season training.
Well, you just running, you know, nothing else. It was boring. And these days, you know, our lads are off 5 matches in America, and I think that's actually really quite good, because I just got really bored with training, pre-season training. They wouldn't give you a ball the first 3 weeks. It was only like the last week before you were ready to play that we used to give you a ball to practice with. It was hard. The people were hard, the trainers, tough as teeth. And it was a fantastic time. I've got to be honest.
And Edwards, as a player, I mean, saw his qualities.
Well, he was the best player I ever played with, the best player I ever saw, and he could play in any position with his left foot, with his right foot, short passing, long 50, 60 yard, 70 yard passes. He had a drive, and he was powerful. He was so powerful. There was a little photograph of playing in the youth team. And we were playing against West Brom, and we beat West Brom in the second leg of the final of the Youth Cup. And they had a picture taken of us all with a happy, you know, with a cup there and that. And he's standing there as though he was a man that had come in by accident, you know. He was enormous. He was big and strong.
Transfer value in this day and age, impossible to calculate.
Yeah, impossible. They would have broke a record, whatever it was, you know. He was magic. He's one of those people you never used to worry about. The ball went to him, you know, well, that's okay. He was just magic. And I was more fortunate than most. I stayed with him for national service. We were in both in the same company in Nescliffe near Shrewsbury. So, and that was organised, I think, by the old man, so that we could get away to play on Saturdays, and every Friday we used to see each other. We did different work when we were in the station, but it was what a time to be a footballer. It was just breaking into Europe, you know. That was just sensational, and being with a good team. I was with a good team anyway, you know.
But just to bring it up to present day, I mean, again, all that excitement, all that anticipation, another season almost here. Comings and goings, I mean, you've lost a couple up to Sunderland, O'Shea and Wes Brown. Sad to see those lads go?
Well, it's very difficult. None of them seem to want to go. Manchester United, which is great. But Alex creates that sort of atmosphere, and the players really don't want to go. But eventually, I suppose they realise that they're probably better to do this, and that's what's happening. But it's a new season, and last year, really at the end of the season, everybody said what a great season it was to watch football at Old Trafford this year. And when we won the league, that was great, you know. Bit of a disappointment with Barcelona, but and then you've got Paul Scholes retiring, you know. It's players thinking about retiring that really are irreplaceable.
But he's got the likes of Jones coming in, Young coming in, De Gea coming in.
These questions out there that I've put are the questions that I've been talking about for years, you know. And he just walks through the problem. Magic.
Another squad evolving, another title-winning squad, maybe.
Yeah. We'll be ready. Yeah, it's magic. It's easy for directors, you know, because we really have nothing to do. Everything revolves around the game, and whether you win your matches. If you win your matches, you know, then everything else is, you know, fits into place. And it's been like that for so long that I just get used to it with Alex now. He's just magical, and I don't see any reason why it should be any different this year.
You still see the hunger there in the manager?
Well, he's always hungry. He never wants to talk about anything else but football. He's magic. He's got the work ethic. He knows how to work with people. You know. There's nothing I can find to say that's wrong about Alex Ferguson as a football manager. He's one that every other football manager looks up to.
And there's all the paper talk at the moment about you and City in the race now for Nasri as being maybe the next new face. Would you see him fitting in?
I can't talk about anything that's not certain.
No. But as a player, would you admire the guy?
No, he's a nice player, a good player, yes. But I'll leave all that negotiations, you know, to the powers that be here. And if he's a good player and he wants to come to play for us, then he'll have to realise, you know, that there is something that you have to remember here, you know, as the history of the club.
I think he's a sort of player who's secure financially, but maybe he wants to win silverware, and maybe that's a good reason to come to Man United.
I think if he knows that Manchester United are coming for him, he won't worry about anything else.
And in terms of, can I just ask you as well, a couple of other things in the papers this morning. They're talking about Anfield, they're talking about the City of Manchester Stadium selling the naming rights. Can you ever see a day when United decide not to call Old Trafford Old Trafford?
No, I don't think it'll happen with us. I don't know. That's their business. It's not our business to tell them what to do.
Seems to be a growing trend.
Well, I think when teams like in the lower divisions are short of cash, fair dues, you know, good luck to them. You know, they should do it. Whether the big clubs, you know, that can generate a lot of money, you know, have to think about that. Well, good luck to them. I can only say that it's not our policy to actually change the name. It's too important.
You're surprised at somewhere like Anfield maybe having a fresh name, fresh brand?
I don't know. I've never heard it. I've never heard about the issue really. I don't know. Liverpool are a very well organised football club, and I've no doubt that they've thought about it a lot, if that's what they're thinking. But it's not for me to tell about their business.
No. Thanks for your time.